Hi everyone, my name is Vesna Shapkovsky and I come from Association for Legal Education and Transparency, LED Station from Macedonia. We work on legal empowerment and access to justice for the marginalized communities, with particular focus on Roma community and people living in rural areas.
My name is Khalid Hussain. I work for Council of Minorities. We have a paralegal program supported by Namati. We are working in 5 cities in Bangladesh. Basically, our beneficiaries are Urdu-speaking linguistic minorities. Those are living in 116 camps all over Bangladesh. We are trying to help the camp community to achieve the civil documentations like the birth certificate, national ID card, passport, opening the bank account.
My name is Lunta Jimbwete and I work for the Southern African Education Center in Malawi. I support the promotion of human rights and access to justice. I also support the advancement of the rule of law and democratic governance in Southern Africa.
Mi nombre es Macarena Martinich, soy coordinadora del área de acceso a la justicia de ONG FIMA. En ella apoyamos a comunidades en la defensa de sus territorios, la participación en las decisiones de carácter ambiental y el acceso a la justicia.
Our team that works on legal empowerment is consisted of lawyers, paralegals, and community health promoters. Lawyers are the main providers of legal aid, and they are offering their services directly in our main office and the 3 mobile offices in the rural communities, but also indirectly through the paralegals who consult and communicate them each time there is a more complex case to be solved. Then there are the paralegals, which are the main carriers of the community work. They're members of the communities that do not have law degree and whom we train to recognize and be able to properly address the administrative and legal issues of the people. Finally, we have the community health promoters, which are field activists engaged in informal education and community organizing related to health rights. These people are particularly important during the time of pandemic and are constantly engaged in sharing information, education on protective measures and immunization, distribution of hygienic products and disinfectants, and so on. Again, these are members from the communities coming from different age and background that we train on realization of health rights, identification of systemic obstacles, and community organizing for advocacy.
In this paralegal project, basically paralegals are involved to help the camp community, and along with we have some pro bono youth group and pro bono women group. We don't have any lawyers directly to help the community people, but sometimes we just get the support from the lawyers, like they advise us and they just make some legal documents, but we are not providing any legal aid support from the lawyers.
The Southern African Litigation Center consists of human rights lawyers who support strategic litigation, advocacy, and capacity strengthening in Southern Africa. We also work with community-based organizations and paralegals to support and empower marginalized communities in Southern Africa. In Malawi, the paralegals based at the Center for Human Rights, Education, Advice and Assistance collect potential cases for strategic litigation and advocacy. These paralegals also act as points of contact between marginalized communities, the Center for Human Rights in Malawi, and Southern African Litigation Center overall.
Acceso a la Justicia es un equipo que está conformado por abogados, abogadas y científicas. Nuestro rol es colaborar en el empoderamiento jurídico, dando a conocer las herramientas que la institucionalidad posee para la incidencia de la ciudadanía, acercando esta a las personas y en el conocimiento de sus derechos. Asimismo, brindamos asesoría y patrocinio jurídico gratuito a las comunidades con las que trabajamos en instancias judiciales en caso de ser necesario. En nuestro país no está reconocida la institución de los paralegales. En la práctica son las dirigentes y dirigentes de las comunidades quienes se hacen cargo de ser nuestra contraparte en los territorios y el principal canal de comunicación. Es con ellos y ellas con quienes se concretan las estrategias de trabajo, quienes organizan a la comunidad para presentaciones específicas donde se requieran ciertas diligencias y con quienes se realizan talleres u otras instancias de empoderamiento jurídico.
In our work, we mainly communicate and cooperate with the institutions on local level, such as local government, Center for Social Work, local offices of the Ministry of Interior and Ministry of Justice. In the legal empowerment work, we are strongly advocating for development and advancement of the former free legal aid system, governed by the Ministry of Justice and the local offices. They are the main state carriers of the formal tools for access to justice. However, although Macedonia has a law on free legal aid, a lot of things are yet to be developed and introduced in this formal system.
Within these projects, we are engaged with the most promising institutes are City Corporation Authority, Passport Authority, and the Social Welfare Authority. And in this way, we have done so many advocacy to achieve these civil documentation issues and all the issues of the Biharis.
El apoyo que brinda ONG FIMA a las comunidades depende de sus necesidades. La gran parte de los casos se trata de proyectos extractivos que generan impactos en la comunidad y que ingresan a evaluación ambiental. En esos casos, se asiste a la comunidad en el acceso a todas las instancias administrativas que estén disponibles en el sistema de evaluación de impacto ambiental, incluyendo el patrocinio en instancias judiciales posteriores en tribunales ambientales. De tratarse de vulneraciones a derechos fundamentales que requieran acciones inmediatas, ONG FIMA también interpone recursos de protección a favor de los afectados o afectadas en cortes de apelaciones de competencia común. De esa forma, según cuál sea el caso al que se enfrenta o las necesidades de la comunidad, se podrán hacer uso de otros mecanismos. Por ejemplo, también hacemos solicitudes de acceso a información, pronunciamientos de legalidad a Contraloría, denuncias ante el organismo fiscalizador, que es la Superintendencia del Medio Ambiente, entre otros.
Lack of cooperation between bodies within the justice system makes it hard for vulnerable groups to access justice. Courts located in urban areas, expensive lawyers, and legal processes steeped in specialist languages also makes it hard for vulnerable and poor groups to claim their rights in courts. For this reason, the Southern African Litigation Center advocates for legislation to allow paralegals to represent people in the justice system. The Southern African Litigation Center also has policies and mechanisms in place to secure integrity of all personal information and to prevent unauthorized access of such information.
If you're a justice worker or a grassroots justice organization, when it comes to challenges, it is double the trouble. You have to fight your own organizational challenges, at the same time struggling with challenges your beneficiaries face. And sometimes it is impossible to decide which one of these should be given a priority and be urgent in dealing with. In order to do that, you have to build a strong team that will share responsibilities as well as successes. For us, especially in times of pandemic, it is crucial that we have different members of the team with different responsibilities regarding coping with challenges. So, while some of them deal with the beneficiaries, others are focused on organizational ones. The challenges of civic space are such that require constant adjustment on our side. We continuously work on improving our services and introducing alternative ways of communication. We introduced telephone and online service called Emergency Paralegal Aid, which is a 24/7 available service via phone and website in order to ease the communication with beneficiaries in the time of pandemic. Furthermore, since we work with rural communities that are very remote and lack access to legal services, we initiated mobile offices for legal aid that travel in 3 different locations during the week, providing direct services. The mobile offices are located in municipal spaces in 3 different villages that are provided for free by the local self-government of the 3 municipalities. When it comes to financial sustainability, having in mind the restriction of donor support, last year we started with an economic activity of our own in order to self-generate a part of our income and make sure that at least the most critical services we provide are secured and obtainable.
The biggest challenges of this project is our camp address. As you know, the Biharis are living in 116 camps, and all the camps are in the urban base. So when the camp dwellers are applying for any civil documentations or anything, the authorities say you are a standard Pakistani, you are living in the camp, you don't have any electricity bill or permanent address. So camp address is the biggest challenges, but we are trying to do the advocacy, and most of time we have done so many advocacy to to resolve this issue of the camper. And very recently, last year in October, the Prime Minister of Bangladesh, she gave this statement in front of the Netherlands ambassador that the Rohingyas and the standard Pakistanis are the burden in Bangladesh economy. So these are the biggest challenges recently we are facing. To resolve these challenges, we organized a think tank meeting, and we invited some intellectuals from Bangladesh, like the barrister Sarah Hussain, Mr. Zakir Hussain, and some UN experts. So they just advise us we need to do more and more advocacy. We need to do more and more dialogue within the local community and civil society actors.
Los mayores desafíos en nuestra labor son la desigualdad de recursos al enfrentar a proyectos extractivos privados, la desigualdad de información, ya que esta en general es producida por los mismos privados. También nos enfrentamos a extensos procesos judiciales que demoran en su resolución y decisiones que muchas veces no se implementan y que requieren de fuerte presión de la comunidad. En relación a la seguridad de los defensores y defensoras con los que trabajamos, en ONG FIMA nos hemos enfocado principalmente en la orientación en torno a la realización de acciones seguras en la defensa ambiental, asistencia legal en caso de amedrentamientos, en la visibilización de situaciones de acoso y de peligro de defensores ambientales. Finalmente, se ha presionado fuertemente al Estado de Chile mediante campañas en la ratificación del Acuerdo de Escazú. Primer paso que nosotros identificamos permitiría la adopción de una institucionalidad que se haga cargo de la protección de defensores y defensoras ambientales.